Hi, my name is Megan Heyn.
Hello and welcome to Los Angeles with me. I'm your host, Mike Elder. Thank you for listening to the show. It means a lot. There's so many podcasts out there these days. I don't know if you guys know that, but there's a lot of them out there. And the fact that you're spending your hard-earned time listening to my podcast does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. While you're listening, go to Apple Podcasts and leave a rating and a review for me. That'd mean a lot. That's it. That's all I want to say about that. Okay, we've got a really fun episode this week. My guest is actor Megan Heyn. You know Megan from shows like Two Broke Girls, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, The Big Bang Theory, Mulaney. She was also in the movie Freak Dance. I interviewed Megan about 9 years ago on the podcast. You should go back and listen to that one. But we had a really good conversation because she has a new web series coming out. It's either out right now or it's about to be out, depending on when I post this. But it's called Actors Anonymous. It's about actors that are addicted to acting. It's very funny. I watched the first 2 episodes. So fun, so goofy. It's a mockumentary like The Office or Parks and Recreation. And I think most of my audience will appreciate it and maybe have some feelings about it. But it is very funny no matter what your reaction is to it. So go watch that web series as well, Actors Anonymous. But we talk about the web series, what she learned making it, writing and directing it. It's 8 episodes. We talked about the weird state of the business where everyone's sort of on edge and wants to quit. We talked about actor meltdowns. We talked about therapy. This was a good one. Honestly, we didn't even get to anything I wrote down because we just had so much fun stuff to talk about the business. So this is an inside baseball therapy session of all time. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Megan Heyn. Hi, Megan.
What's up?
I love the energy you're coming out with.
This is like my normal energy.
Yeah, same.
Too. Yeah.
I'm elevated, and they always say, Mike, bring it
Take
down.
it down. Take it down.
Do you get that too? You do seem really animated.
I am, and I definitely am animated. And I think that I'm a person who's like, okay, don't overdo it. So I take it down a little, but then they're still like, is that really
Yeah.
you? Because I think it's easy to kind of turn it up a notch if you're like me, you know, and maybe they will if I'm just that little bit more cute or sweet or loud or funny. So that's like my life journey.
Tell me more.
Accepting who I am instead of trying to be what other people want me to
Oh.
be. Yeah.
How's that journey going?
It's long. But it's going good. I'm getting like so much better. I even thought, because I remember the podcast we did
9 years ago.
9 years ago.
You look the same.
So do you.
I lost some hair, but
No. You didn't have hair then. You don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. I remember your face is the same. But I was thinking, I was like, oh, I wonder what that was like then. And I wonder how he perceived me, because I feel like I hope that I'm more genuine now, because I feel like I wasn't as genuine then, because I wanted to maybe be like, seem to be more successful than I was, or, you know, and now I'm just kind of like, I am where I am. I am who I am. And I don't want to pretend that I'm something I'm not.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Do you want me to candidly tell you what I thought?
Yeah.
I got to think about it for a second, but let me just rant for a second. Mm-hmm. I think about that all the time. When I have people, you alluded to when you came in here, I have to keep my house clean. I think it's so vulnerable that I have very well-known people coming into my house every week and talking to me. And I'm always like, do they think I'm messy? Do they think I'm a weirdo? Do they think I laugh too much? Do they think I'm too loud?
Yeah.
Do they think I'm too excitable? And I never get the answers, so that's funny. So maybe we should both tell us.
Okay, you go first, then I'll go. And I'm going to give you the last one and this one impressions.
Okay, I remember you being very sweet and not as quirky as I thought you were going to be. Because I think I'd watched Freak Dance, and you were such a goober in Freak Dance in the best way.
Right. And I went full ingenue, guys. Went full ingenue.
But you seem much more... you know how you meet some quirky people and they're just always that? Mm-hmm. You seem much more grounded than that in real life, if I remember correctly. And honestly, I journal every day. I've journaled every day for like 8 years. So maybe I'll see if I wrote anything down about
Go back and look.
it.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you after.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, do.
That's always a fun thing to like settle arguments and stuff about what happened.
That's interesting.
So
yeah.
I'll look. That was right around the time I started, so maybe there's not much. But
do you do like? Are these like Artist's Way pages? Are these like a sentence a day? What do you do?
No, I think I'm borderline autistic. So honestly, it's mostly like it's like minutes throughout the day. It's like everything that I did.
Interesting.
Occasionally, or I venture into how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking, but mostly it's just minutes throughout the day.
This, to me, is like a very, perhaps you were a British man in the 19th century, because I believe Jane Austen, one of her leading men, would refer to this as a diary. And he'd be
1,000%.
like, there's this movie, the Sandra Dee movie, The Reluctant Debutante, such a good movie, absolutely recommend it. You wouldn't like it. It is from a play.
Don't judge me.
I know. He doesn't like Sandra Dee. I can tell. But it's Rex Harrison and Sandra Dee, and there's this moment where he's like, well, I don't know what I was doing. Let me look at my diary. And he pulls out his book, and he like goes back several months, and he's like, October the 14th, I was doing this. That's what you do.
That's me, 1,000%.
Yeah. Now, okay.
It started as a way, honestly, like a morning page to like encourage myself to write.
Yeah.
I don't write much, but that's what I do write every day. It's, 2,500 words a day, honestly. It's a lot. It's a fuck ton. I had my family in town this weekend. You're going to have to do an accompany
picture with your pod so people can be like, so people can see it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that vulnerable.
I will get as vulnerable as anyone wants. I don't care. Honestly, I'm an open book at this point. I've realized, to your point about like a life journey, who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about me.
There,
and honestly, what they're going to forget about it the next. You know what I mean? Like, we care about what people think so much, and everyone's their own main character, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're coming on my podcast, but you in your world are like, I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You know? It's like or whatever those words are, possessive words, and it's just like nobody cares about anything. So, like, if I'm vulnerable,
they care about themselves.
Yeah,
they care about themselves. Yeah. Really quickly, I have thought about doing this. Is really strange, but just so we can get into the actor brain.
Yeah.
Thought about like whenever I'm like, oh, what did I do that day? I should start writing down what I do that day, just in case there's like a murder and I'm a suspect. Now, I'm like the least likely person to murder anyone.
That's what a murderer would say.
Maybe you're right. But it's like, that's like the anxious, catastrophizing artist brain for me is like, I'm constantly like jumping ahead and being like, but what if? And I make fake plans to fulfill the plot of the fake story.
Sure.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't hate that thought, though. Because I will say this, like, do you remember what you did yesterday at noon? Like, it's crazy how quickly you forget it.
No, I don't.
I had my family in town this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't journal at all on Friday. We went to the beach and all this stuff. And then I journaled at midnight. It took me 45 minutes to write down everything we did throughout the day. And it's weird how quickly you forget little things you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, if you don't write it down that day, it's hard to remember, to your point about alibis.
Yeah. So now we know if there's a murder, you're covered. You're fine.
Yeah.
You have it written down.
Unless I journaled that I did the murder.
Unless you're the murderer. Yeah. But so are you one of these LA, because I'm one of these LA people.
Tell me.
That never goes to the beach unless there's a family member in town. Yeah.
It's
and they're like,
rare.
let's go to the beach. And I'm like, okay.
But while I was there, we went to Zuma, and I was thinking, I should come to the beach more. It's beautiful. It's chill. It was a Friday. I quit my job recently, so I have much more free time.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like I should just get out there and read, get some sun on the guns.
Is nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I know nothing
Contemplate
about sun.
life.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I don't know. I don't know anything about I know the sun hates me and is trying to kill me. Yeah.
All right. Well, by the end of this, you have to tell me what you think about me, but let's talk about you.
Oh, yeah. So wait. Do you want to do it really quick now, or do you want to do it later?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, this is,
soft into it. Ease into it.
We're easing in. Okay. My first one, I just remember you being very nice, very cordial, very professional, and very Did you just go, ugh?
Well, I feel like yes. I think I do that too much to a negative degree.
Oh, okay. I'm going to disagree with you.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, and I remember feeling like, this is like a woman going into a strange man's house, and I felt completely safe and great.
That's great.
And then this time, since clearly we're best friends, I felt, I know.
We've hung out every week for 9 years.
That's all this has been. I feel like, but I do feel like I know you because you are so nice. And like we reached out and we're like, hey, would you help us with this? And you're like, yeah, sure. I mean, that's so nice.
Yeah, of course.
So, and I don't remember this amount of plants. So I think now that you have extra plant points, this is like the
I got addicted to plants at some point. COVID exasperated it.
You do really well. You have a fiddle fig. These aren't easy things to keep. They aren't.
They're like one of the easiest.
No.
Well, that's
damn
funny.
you! I've killed 3.
Well, it's all about light. Which way are your windows facing?
Well, I've killed
South is ideal.
3 in 3 different places.
Okay.
So I am just trying to accept that I don't have a location for one in yet. I have to wait for the next house to have a successful one because it's just I haven't gotten there yet.
If and when I buy a house, I'm gonna focus on the light. That's going to be a selling point for me.
Yeah.
Is there good lighting for all my plants?
It's so true.
It's funny you mentioned this is something I got to work on. Like you mentioned a woman entering a man's house, and my last apartment was not in a great neighborhood. If you remember that.
No, I do remember it. Yeah, it wasn't. It was in Hollywood, right?
Yeah, East Hollywood. I remember Mary Holland saying, "I stepped over a pile of trash to get in there," which I thought was funny. Yeah. But I got to remember that as far as acting wise, I talk about this a lot. I took a class, I don't know, a couple years ago, and it was a woman teacher.
What studio?
Oh my gosh, I knew you were going to ask. I always forget the name. It's it'll come to me later.
Yeah.
But the first scene we did was a drama where I was a lawyer. Uh-huh. And she thought, Mike, you're scary. You got to pull that back. And I'm like, that's so interesting because I feel like a lovable teddy bear. But my size, 225 pounds, 6 foot, is first impressions, if you don't know me, can be a lot. I think,
Do you feel let's say you're walking down the street and a woman is coming towards you, are you okay, soften the eyes? Or, just so that she's not scared of me?
Unfortunately, what I do is I just go wide out, I do a wide turn. And it's so funny, I went for a run yesterday and I didn't do that and I was coming behind her and her dog turned and she said something. I had earbuds in, but she was not happy. And I was like, I literally went not as wide as normal, but wide, and she was furious. And I was like, oh, God, I'm just going to keep running.
Yeah, just pretend I didn't hear. Yeah.
But that first impression thing, it goes back to us being quirky. It's when I slate, people laugh at my slates because I don't modulate well. I'm like, hi, I'm Mike Elder. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, that was the best slate. I love that. I love that. I love when people are just themselves, even when it's maybe not exactly normal. I think that's why you get hired. That's the best part. So maybe that's why you booked your one-liners.
I don't book.
You're over modulationing.
Here's your package.
Yeah. Anything for you, Matlock.
I told her I had a Matlock audition, and that was my line.
Yeah.
Anything for you, Maddie.
Oh, Maddie, yeah.
It's Maddie. We're intimate.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's talk about you. You came here to talk about your new web series.
Yes.
Which is Actors
Anonymous.
Which is great. I watched the first 2 episodes.
Thank you for doing that.
You, looking at the camera, you break the 4th wall.
Yeah.
And that killed me every time.
Oh, good.
You are such a goof in that way. You're you made John Krasinski's camera breaks look weak compared to yours. You are so funny in doing that. But tell me about this project and why you felt like you wanted to do it now.
Yeah. I've been working on this project for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
In that the moment of the idea was in an acting class. Craig Archibald, I remember my acting teacher's names. Some people don't. But everyone go see Craig. He's wonderful. And they, you know how some acting classes, they have a little opening moment where it's you can say your feelings, or did you book something, or what are you going through? So we were having one of those kind of like sharing forums, and I was like not in a good place, and I was like, I don't know, I can't book, and I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with acting. I don't know how to leave, and I'm sorry if anyone finds that offensive. I did say it, and then I was like, that's kind of a funny idea if someone is like addicted to acting, and maybe they like try to like go to AA to figure out how to leave acting. So that was the idea. And I worked on it with like a couple different people in a couple different ways. And then I took the idea back over myself, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll make it into a feature. So I was like making it into a feature / a noir, kind of like a Kiss Kiss Bang Bang type thing. And then it wasn't working. And someone said, I was like, oh, it could be a good idea for like a web series, like not like a long thing. Like how much does it have the mileage for like a full movie? I'm like, maybe that's the issue. Maybe it doesn't. So I started focusing on it as a web series, I started writing it about summer of last year. So now we're about to release it. So it's been a year of actual writing, pre-production, production, post-release. But 7 years of having this
thinking about
stew and doing different writing partners and different mediums, and finally got it out of my brain.
That's great.
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you.
How many episodes is it?
8.
Okay. And you're going to release it every week? Or
I'm going to I'm going to binge it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to just plop them out there. And there's this other web series I saw that did really well, and they had it like on their site. It would play the first one. It would just go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. And I just sat there on my phone like, oh, this is so much fun. I was like, I think that's what I'm going to do. Just give the opportunity for people to just watch the whole thing, because hopefully it will be that watchable all the way through.
I mean, I knocked out the first 2 very quick.
Thank you.
I love the first 2 minutes of the first episode, where you really set it up. I thought that was really fun, because you're like toying with the idea of like quitting the business, but you're like trying not to like say that out loud, because you feel like that will be committing yourself or whatever. And I feel like we all, especially lately, are wrestling. Like I just released a Mo Collins episode I did a couple weeks ago, and like I told her, I was like, I felt weird saying out loud, like I've never thought about quitting until the last couple months.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, it's not even quitting, but it's like, I shouldn't say quitting. And I also don't like the word quitting. You're not quitting. You're moving on.
Growing.
Anyway, growing.
You're growing.
You're on your life journey. But I'm not seriously thinking about it. But it has crossed my mind, like, what are we doing? Is this worth it?
I've tried to quit so many times.
And you failed every time?
Yes. Do you think I ever called my agent and said I'm taking a break?
Sure.
No. I quit, and then I was like, okay, but if I get an audition, it's fine. And it seems like every time you say I quit, an audition comes in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so there's also that temptation of like, well, it seems like when I turn away, something comes back. But it's just such a hard business. It makes no sense. It's never about you. It's always like, it's never about your talent. It's loony.
Yeah.
It's so hard to stick to. It's hard to live in this city. It's expensive. People aren't necessarily the most friendly. You're your only fan, and you just have to like army crawl up that ladder for as long as you can. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, that you say when you quit, you get an audition. Because I feel that way about traveling, obviously. Every time I literally book a trip.
100%.
I just went to Maine for like 3 days, and I got a call back right in the middle of it. I'm like, fuck
Good
man.
for you.
Well, I didn't do it. I couldn't do it.
What?
It was in person only, and it was in the middle of my trip.
Was it a commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That commercials are due in person. It's weird to me.
I've done a lot of in-person commercials.
Have you? Yeah.
But I'm going to New York for 2 weeks on Friday.
So
and
that's when you'll book.
I'm going to get something and have to fly back.
You'll book a movie.
For sure. But it is interesting how like fickle it is. And I know I think you apologize for calling it an abusive relationship, but it kind of is. It's like,
I know, but it's such like, I don't want to offend anybody. And
I get it. But
even the idea itself, like I worked with an actor friend who was in class with me at Stan Kirsch Studios. I remember the names of the places that I take classes at, but not everybody does. And he was in the program in AA. So he like read my episodes and he like told me, are these offensive? Are these not offensive? Because I didn't want people to think we're making fun of addicts or people who are alcoholics or anything. We're absolutely exclusively making fun of actors. So, but it can be a lot. You know, everyone's very sensitive, and that's fine and that's good. But I don't want my intentions for the piece to be misunderstood. That would break my heart.
Yeah, I understand that. But to your point, I do think there is something there about like how you leave town and then it's like needs you. And it's just sort of the industry as a whole is very gaslighty because it just makes you second guess everything, and what you're doing. Yeah. And it's like coercive in certain ways. And it's just like
your general worth as a human being. Yeah.
Constant comparison.
Oh, that's the worst.
Constant work for no words of affirmation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it's so true. You do have to learn how to like, you have to give it all to yourself. Like you have to validate yourself. You have to learn how to pick yourself up, brush yourself off because there's just no one else to do it.
Yeah.
And it's so hard.
So do you think this is like the perfect time to put this out?
You know, I
or is it going to trigger
do.
people?
No, I think it is.
Or is there going to be a mass exodus of people leaving? They're like, you're right, I should leave.
No, we can't. We want it too bad. You know, one more day and you're going to run into Marty Scorsese on the street. No, I think it's the perfect time, more so even like than last year when I was writing it, because this year has been so bad. You know, I think like everyone kind of started 2025 feeling like the industry's coming back, and then the fires, and then it was like worse than ever. I mean, the amount of auditions I've had this year total is like what I would normally get in 2 weeks years prior.
Yeah.
There's just very little opportunity. So I think people need to laugh. And I think people are probably feeling this way, and to be able to look at it and laugh at it is a good thing.
Yeah.
And to laugh at, you know, how actors think and, you know, versus how other people think and what's important to us, what's important to other people, and just have a good time with it. And maybe it will bring hope, because in the end, you know, it's about one actress in particular trying to quit. And does she end up quitting? Does she not? You'll have to watch. But I will say there are 3 actors trying to quit, and 1 quits and 2 don't.
Okay, spoiler.
So I know, huge.
But which is which?
What are the blogs going to do with that information?
No, the blogs are going to run away with the assault bit.
They are. They're going to be like, Megan Heyn, Hollywood bitch.
You're going to be the new Sydney Sweeney controversy.
I don't even know it. What is it?
That's hilarious.
What is it?
It's dumb. She talked about her jeans, wearing jeans, and then they thought it was like a thing about Nazis.
So
Yeah. Look it up. It's dumb.
I don't want
But that might be good. Controversy might be good.
That's true.
I will say most of the clips so my podcast now is mostly little clips off of.
Yeah.
I cut them down to a minute.
Yeah.
And all the ones that blow up are about like successful people struggling right now.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, because I think the masses, like when you say like you want to quit, and I've talked to a lot of really good people, you know, Frank Coyote recently was like questioning if he was a has-been or never was. And I'm like, you were on 2 seasons of Mad TV. That's wild.
Right.
Where I'm sitting. So I think it's cool, because we always compare up. We never compare down. So I think it's important for people to, at my level and even below me, to see this sort of struggle from people above us.
I think yes. I mean, I think it's, and I do think it's everyone. I think even, I can't even believe I'm going to say this. I think even Brad Pitt has his moments. And maybe not necessarily about what he's offered, but this lifestyle, you know?
Sure.
Even though he's dealing with a whole other can of worms because he has no anonymity. And is that how you say anonymity?
Yeah, anonymity.
That's what I said. Yeah. I was writing this other project. Oh no, this wasn't my project. This was a friend's project, and it was a feature. And they sent it to. They were trying to get their leading male. They sent it to who's it's. They sent it to his agents, and I don't feel like I should say his name. Can we not say his name?
Okay, sure. We bleeped it.
We bleeped it. A very successful leading man you would think would never be depressed about his career. And their agent said, I'm so glad you sent this for him. He's so depressed. No one's giving him any offers right now.
Wow.
And this is a A-list movie star. So I just think no one escapes this life of the, I hate to say tortured artist, but you're always going to be tortured in some way.
Yeah.
Whether you're successful or not. Yeah.
And I wonder too, it's like for me, my torture is very different because I feel like I haven't even had a chance. But when you're an A-lister and you've had huge movies.
Right.
You got the taste of the good life. And our human nature is rather than be appreciative for having an opportunity that 100,000, 150,000 SAG actors want.
Yeah.
We want more of it. And it's really interesting to think about, like, back to Frank Coyote, it was like, I was trying to shift him and be like, dude, from where I'm sitting, you're the king.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's one of those things of, like, we just want more and we're not satiated, but we need to be happy with I've been reading a lot of Stoicism, and it's like, be in the moment and enjoy it while it's happening and not thinking about the future thing or the next thing.
Yes. I think that is like really powerful just within the acting work in general, of just like forget booking, forget working, but when you're auditioning, just living in that person for those few moments and discovering that's like the most exciting part of acting.
I agree 1,000%. I do struggle though with like, okay, I had one yesterday. I knocked it out, but then I had to set up for it. I had to tear down for it. I had to edit it, and it's harder to enjoy it in those moments. Mm-hmm. But you had like a big audition this morning. Did you find yourself enjoying it, or did you find yourself hurrying through it to get over here?
No, first of all, because I had such great first impressions of you that I knew like even if I was late, you'd be chill.
Oh.
And
well, I actually hate when people are late.
But I was on the dot.
As long as you give me time. Some people are late and don't even warn you, and that infuriates me.
Yeah, that's just unprofessional.
Yeah.
But I was so excited about the audition because it was one of those auditions where the person is insane. The character was insane, like killing hungry, insane, and it's like, how many times do you get to play that? So. What I've been doing lately in my process, a lot of the, like every different coach I work with is like you get a new set of acting tools or whatever. So the coach I'm currently working with, Robin Dale Myers, she's amazing.
Okay, I'll look her up.
Look her up. And
I won't need her for my one-line auditions, but
I know. I'm also addicted to coaching. I can't like do an audition without a coach. But. So where was I going? Oh yeah. So with her, she's so like improv based. So while I'm like setting up, I'm just talking in character and I'm just pretending in character. This character naturally had like a gun. So I had like my prop gun in my pocket, just so I could be like aware of it, like pull it out every once in a while. If I hear the floor crack, I did. I was like, what was that? But yeah, so that's what I try to do. I try to like kind of like be in character like an hour before and just play in that character, speak to whoever I'm speaking to in the scene so I see them and behaving with them and creating some history, and then do the audition. All that stuff is already there. I'm like steeped in it. And then once I'm done, this is so silly. I'm normally so excited. I'm like, I can't wait to put this together and send it off.
That's great.
Yeah.
As you should be. Like, if you're not like that, then what are you sending? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, oh, whatever. That's not good.
It's probably also
and
that...
people can read that probably when they're watching
probably. It's like that there are so few auditions now that, like, if I get one, I'm like, let's do this.
I love that. I'm not sure every actor's like that, to my point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be honest with you, and I hate saying this. I still hate saying this.
He hates being honest.
I'm SAG eligible. I've been SAG eligible forever. I was supposed to join, I think, many times, but they're not knocking down my door, so I'm not going to join because I get so many non-union auditions.
Oh, wow.
But when
Especially for commercials, right? Because
so
they're
many.
all non-union right now, right?
People say this is a bad year. I've had more auditions this year than a long time.
Excellent.
Including TV auditions.
Wonderful.
So I've had like 5 one-liners for HBO shows this year.
Amazing.
Anyways, so
you're doing something right.
I'm not booking anything, so I'm not.
But they're seeing like just I want you to go on, but I do just want to say now post COVID, everything's on tape. They're seeing like so many more people. I mean, our odds are so much different
1,000%.
than when you were up against 30.
Yeah, and
now
I
you're
probably
up
wasn't
against
going
100.
in. I probably wasn't going in when there was 30 people. Let's be honest.
There you go. Yeah. So it changes the game.
When I get a non-union that pays like 500 plus 500, and my agent's pretty good at that. He filters good. I love my agent, but like when I get those, I'm like, I don't care. I don't want or care about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel bad about that, but like, it's something I wrestle with for sure.
I think you also get to a point in your life where it's like, I don't want to do anything for $500.
I know it's not going to move a needle. It's not going to move a needle.
It doesn't make a difference to me.
It's not going to move a needle.
It's like a good thing because it's like I'm mature in my finances or my perspective on money, but then it's also like, well, it's not like I made any other money.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't care about that $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also, so I quit my job and I'm having an interesting relationship with money since then. But I'm reading this book called The 5 Types of Wealth.
I've heard of this
It's
book.
great. I mean, it's fine. I like the general idea. He's getting into a lot of more than you need to with every self-help book. They're trying to fill 300 pages. But the thought that financial wealth should be the least important scoreboard we're looking at. We should be looking at time wealth.
Oh.
And social wealth and physical wealth and all that.
That's really, that takes a lot of the pressure off.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And like we're all right now I'm a time wealth billionaire. I have a billion seconds left on this earth, and that's very important. Anyways, what I want to now say is you talked about coaching, and I love that. I feel like a lot, and I'm pointing my finger at you.
Just
sorry, I didn't mean to
let's do it
that.
all like this.
I'm not as nice anymore. I feel like a lot of people that have booked a lot of stuff don't want to coach. And I love coaching, especially if it's something more than one line, obviously. But like, I'm an actor and I do need direction. And a coach gives me direction and ideas that I don't have in my own brain. So is that why you do it, or have you thought? Run it by me.
Naturally, I've thought endlessly about this.
Because also most people don't like to pay for auditions, and
which I get.
Yeah,
I get. I have just found historically, for me, I book more when I coach.
Yeah,
and I have more fun. And at this point, because I'm busy being a mom and writing and auditioning, editing, whatever it is, like working on my own stuff, that my auditions I use as acting class. So I want to do them with an acting teacher.
Yeah.
So I kind of look at it as a multi-purpose. Yes, I'm doing an audition, but I'm here with a professional who's also going to teach me something. So I'm learning at the same time because I don't have as much time for class. I definitely, living in Long Beach, I don't have time with my daughter and pickups and drop-offs. I don't have time to drive up to LA for a physical class.
Yeah.
If I take a class, it has to be online. And even that is hard, being a parent. So my auditions are class. So I love that. But on the flip side, I also am deeply insecure and need the validation of a coach saying I did it right. And I know that's like, it is what it is. It is, I am who I am. I wish I were like, that was perfect. Print, send. But I'm not. I'm like, oh, was it right? And then she'll be like, that was great. And I'll be like, oh, I thought so too. And it's like learning to listen to myself and trust myself is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And it's one of those things you mentioned in flippant passing before we started, but you were like, I sent that audition off, and who knows if they're going to watch it? And it's like, we don't get feedback. And one of my love languages is words of affirmation. I need that sort of attention and like love and support. And so that's really That's an interesting sort of hack almost. Like you're getting that sort of positive affirmation that you did good, and then you're not spiraling on this thing. Did I fuck it up? Did I?
Yeah, I let it go much, much easier. I mean, that's such a journey for the actor too. It's just like send it and let it go. You know, that's so hard to do. But I feel like I'm there now. But it's hard, and it is easier for me if I have an experience with someone. I feel like I've acted, and that gives me a lot of energy. And then you send it off, and it's just not about you anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so frustrating.
I know, but it also just makes you have to almost like the fact that it makes no sense because it's not about you. It's just not. It's not. You know.
Why do I have to like it, though, that it's not about me?
Because then you know there's nothing wrong with you.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I see.
Like, you can have peace with that. You can have peace of, like, oh, it's not my talent. It's not my, my look, whatever it wasn't. It couldn't be. But it's not, because I was watching, now this to say, I still have my deep moments of huge frustration, actor tantrums. I had one last week.
Oh.
Someone recommended to me a very popular HBO show. I won't say it because then people will know exactly who the actor I'm talking to. And of course, I'll tell you once we're
This is the clip of the podcast.
I know.
You should talk to someone more successful.
Would go viral, but I'm watching this, very popular show. So
Probably
the first
Euphoria.
episode. It's not. Trust me.
It's White Lotus.
Oh, it's definitely not White Lotus.
I'm just gonna keep guessing.
I know.
Severance. Sopranos. All right, I'll stop.
It's okay. I get to a scene, and I'm like, it's an actress I've never seen before, and I was like, this person doesn't know what they're doing. I was like very apparent to me, like they weren't connected to the material. They didn't. This was not an experienced actor, and they were amongst extremely experienced actors, so it almost like stuck out more. So I was like, how did this person get this job? Naturally, they are a child of a very famous person. So I had to like scream for a half hour into a pillow. I got so angry. Well, I feel much better about it now.
That's really funny and honest. Did you audition for this, or this was just not even in your... Wow.
No, but it was just so like, it just made me so angry. And I really dug deep. And I'm like, what is making me so angry about this? And it was that she was able to be seen without trying. And I feel like all I do is like try to be seen, work on my talent, work on the craft, like see me, someone see me. And it's like impossible.
Yeah.
And then someone who maybe hasn't, or maybe has worked as hard and maybe just isn't as naturally talented is just like books a huge job and is seen effortlessly. I think that's what it really is.
Well,
yeah,
that's all we want from Nepo babies, if I'm being honest, is their acknowledgement that they had an in through the door easier than the rest of us.
Yes.
And that's, if they acknowledge that, I'm totally cool with it. But it seems like it's really hard to get that acknowledgement from them.
I guess it depends.
I worked really hard. And of course you worked really hard.
Yeah.
We all work really hard. But there's something about not worrying about falling flat on your face when you have a safety net behind you, and opening the door is the fucking hardest part.
It is. It's really, really hard.
And to just have that door already opened is just such a leg up.
Yeah. And I definitely don't want to say one person deserves something more than another. We all have parts of our lives that are easy, and we all have parts of our lives that are hard. Getting like a real foot in the door has been hard for me in this industry. But what's been really easy for me is having a family.
Yeah.
Like there are people who will never have a great family or never have a great partner or they don't talk to their mom. I don't know. Like I have a lot of easy parts of my life. But when I'm faced with like this one, I have to scream for a half hour sometimes. I'm not bigger than that.
I like the idea of actor tantrums. It's really funny. I'm trying to think if I've had one. I'll continue to think on it. But now I want to ask, because you said you love coaching on auditions.
I do.
But then when you make Actors Anonymous and you're the writer director of every episode, how does what do you struggle with that?
Yes.
Or like I've always thought
Yes.
I was gonna say, I always think it's funny when like a big A-lister like writes, directs something. I'm like, why would you make it that hard on yourself?
It's so true, and it's definitely something I learned, and I'm interested in directing more, but I don't know that I want to do it alongside acting and writing at the same time, unless I'm like a small part. But that was so hard because I would like do a take, and in my head I'd be like, well, that was pretty good. I'm really happy with that. But there was no one to tell me that because that was my job.
Yeah.
So I would be like, oh, good job, Megan. And then I look around being like, was that good? Was that good? You know, which was really hard. But I do what I loved about that part, excluding me, was being able to tell that to the other actors.
Yeah.
Because being an actor, you know how much you need, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just, hey, good job, bye. An actor wants someone to be like, look them in the eye and be like, good job, you're amazing. They want to be seen. They want it to be understood and seen. And when that happens, it's like, I don't know. I guess I'm just exposing all of my therapy topics here.
That's what this couch has become.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah. And I am working on this in therapy.
Well, I wrote and directed a short film.
Good for
That's
you.
part of the reason thank you. I'm just a normal person, but thank you. That's part of my deal with myself. If I quit my job, I had to do the short film I had sitting on. Mm-hmm. And it was one episode equivalent of your web series, so I can't even imagine. And it felt like way more work. I wrote and directed it. I had friends that were helpful, but it was very small and bootstrappy. But like, it was still a lot of work. And like, I imagine 8 episodes is 8 times as much work.
It was a lot of work.
What did you learn that you didn't know? Because you've been making more and more stuff of your own lately. I know you shot a short recently and wrote a short. And did a bunch of stuff. So what did you learn from doing 8 that you might not have learned in doing just one-offs?
Well, the positive thing that I learned was I'm really good at creating an environment where people can have fun, feel good about themselves, and create art, collaborate, and be energized. Like every day at the end, everyone wanted to come back. Everyone wanted to be there. We started the day happy. We ended the day happier. And being like, you know, the leader figure on the set, like I set the tone for that. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm really good at facilitating an amazing experience for people. What I learned kind of on the other side was mainly about how to shoot and how not to shoot, which came up in the edit. I'd be like, why did I do it that way? That didn't work at all. These things that you can only learn by shooting and making mistakes. Yeah. So I learned that, okay, directing's, I already knew it was super hard, but I confirmed it is really hard. And just learning how to shoot something in a way that is going to make a joke land, is going to make something make sense, is complicated. And that I need a lot more practice. And that, just that it's hard.
Yeah, 1,000%. It's funny. I just interviewed Jessica Brunetto, who started as an editor and now directs. And she was like,
that's
editing was
so
my
helpful.
back door into directing. I realized that I was good at writing, but I realized when I was editing that, like, you just learn so much about shot placement and all this stuff. Like, and she was like, I just learned so much about directing via editing. And now she directed like an episode of Hacks and stuff. And it's like,
awesome.
It's such a smart way. And it's funny because I wanted to talk to her because my short film, I'm editing. But now, just yesterday, I made a decision. I'm like, I got to hire somebody. I got a rough cut.
I did the same thing.
I just okay. I got a rough cut that's like 9 minutes. And I'm like, I don't know if I have the skill set, and I recognize my shortcomings. I don't have the skill set to make this what it needs to be. And I'm like, I honestly spent like $1,000 on this. Like I didn't do any.
Good for you.
Most of it was like food for my people.
I know that's always.
But I'm like, I will pay an editor $500. I just need to get this done. Yeah. And I don't have the skill set to do it or the patience. I've been sitting on this rough cut for like 3 weeks, and I'm like scared. So when you're seeing this editing and you're learning your mistakes there, you try to do it yourself and then hired somebody, and then did you shadow them or did you just let them take a run?
I edit as a side gig. Oh. So I do edit, but I mainly edit like corporate stuff. Okay. So much
Very different.
And in some ways harder, like at least this is like clear, like, oh, I like this emotion best. I pick this shot or whatever, where corporate it's not that at all. But so I have like the skills to do it. But then, so I did rough cuts of all 8 episodes, which took me 4 or 5 months. I think four full months to finish. And then I was like, gonna go into round 2 of my cuts, and I was like, I can't. Yeah. I cannot do this. Yeah. And I handed it off. Best thing I ever did. I will give you the name of my editor if you want to check out their stuff. They're amazing. Okay. And all the stuff. But yeah, it was just like, I couldn't. I will never do it again. I wasted time. Because it took me way longer to do it because I was editing my own performance and my own project and I didn't have perspective.
You already directed yourself too. So you were already God, I wish I was better at speaking.
Says the podcast host.
I know, I'm not great. I don't know why people let me do this. No, you were already what's the word? You were like biased with your performance, and then in the edit you're going to be double biased. So like that's doubly hard, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. So that was another thing I learned. Don't edit my own project. Yeah. And maybe unless I'm not in it, but even still, I'm like, it's not my zone of genius. Really, my zone of genius is writing and acting. Maybe someday it'll be directing. I don't know. But one of the reasons I chose mockumentary, like The Office style, was because I knew I'd be able to cover my directing mistakes because it's supposed to look like a homemade documentary.
Sure, yeah.
So I was like, if I do it in that style, when the directing's a mess, it could be like, but it's just like a document. Like, what's it supposed to look like? You know.
That's smart though, honestly. Like it's a good way to lean into it and learn. But like you had a big team on this, right? So like, and you funded this all yourself?
I did.
Yeah.
Because in my last short, I did the crowdfunding and it took my soul. It was so hard to ask friends and family for money that I was like, I can't do that again. I'm just gonna pay for it myself, and and it's hard. But now that I've done it, and I knew going into it, I'm like, I'm not gonna make any of this money back. Like, how would I make that back? There's not like a complete world where there's like a world where maybe someone is like, I'll hire you for this other project, or like there's a world where I could get some of it back, but I'm not going into it like that. I'm going into it knowing like I won't make this money back, and that's okay. And so I did everything as small as possible. Our crew was small. We had like DP, 2 camera operators, a sound, our producer Lindsay Leffler, and then another person, Peyton, who did like everything else that could be done. So we had like a 5-person crew. Yeah. And but then our cast was like 5 main people, but then we hired like 10 like extras a day, which was also the best thing I did. I was trying to get friends to be extras, and I got a couple here and there, but hiring actual extras they were amazing. They wanted to be there. They made the show. That was also cool. Like a huge blessing.
Well, my question was going to be like, did you struggle with like cutting corners on money, but also wanting to pay your friends what they're worth?
Yes.
Because I struggle with that too. I didn't pay anybody. And now, I'm going to pay this editor, and it's like
I know. I know. I did the same thing. Like I had to pay the extras because they were strangers.
Randos,
yeah. But I didn't pay them much. But I also found that when you pay people, they just show up better, for you, unless they're a really good friend. Who, like, I had a couple of friends who were like, of course I'll come. Don't pay me anything, of course. And they were driving to Long Beach because Lindsay and I were trying to find a location in LA because we thought it'd be easier for everyone to commute. And the one place we found that was really good wouldn't accept our script. Because it was a church. And they said, no, we won't do your script. Wow. But then I remembered on my street in Long Beach, I live by the pastor of a church that's right around the corner from my house.
Oh, that's cool.
So I reached out to him and I said, hey, I'm your neighbor. He was like, oh, come on by. They had the exact same location of the place we wanted.
Oh, great.
But it was around my corner. They let us rent it for nothing. So I think that was the other thing I learned too, was just lean on your community, lean around who's around you, who just wants to. There's a lot of people who want to help.
Yeah.
And just look for them. You'll find them.
Well, it's the thing I struggled was trusting my collaborators, but at the same time, it's like that's what makes this thing work.
What did you have hard who and in what way?
Well, I just come from a world where look, I'm fucking editing this,
all by yourself.
I'm producing this, I'm emailing, scheduling, doing everything, and so just handing things off. I worry, will this be done as well as I can? That's just naturally who I am, unfortunately. So that's more what it was. It was more me wrestling my demons. But to your point, everyone wants to help. I think that's true. And to a degree, you got to realize you do have gaps. Like editing, I have a gap in editing.
I have a gap in editing too.
So
I think.
And it can only help if you lean on people.
Oh, yeah.
It can
and
only
if
help.
they're good at what they do, they're just going to make you better. So that's a good lesson as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you want actors to take away from this series?
Yes. I want them to take away. Yes. Yes. I want them to take away.
What should I take away from it?
I want them. Okay. Really, what I want them to take away is that, similar to what we've been talking about, acting will never be able to fully validate your existence ever. Learn how to want yourself and be proud of who you are. And if you learn how to do that and you still want to be here and act, just try to find the joy in it and laugh at how much it sucks. Because despite how shitty it can be, there's so many cool things LA provides that you would get nowhere else in the world. So lean into that, love who you are, and want that, know that that is valuable, and lead with that, and laugh. Yeah.
It was very beautiful. I'm wrestling with making a joke.
Don't you dare. Sip your coffee.
I won't. That was very beautiful. Yeah, my joke was going to be if I just get this one thing.
Right, I know. I will be enough when blank person
this will
gives
open
me compliment.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that's one of the things we do on our Instagram page is I've had some people just give me a story that could only happen in LA. And people just have the craziest stories, Jamie Lee Curtis sent me a wind chime. This isn't my story. This is or Mindy Kaling said she was a fan of mine when I was serving her at a restaurant. It's just these things that happen. They can only happen here because it is such a weird town. You will meet famous people.
Oh, yeah.
You will have experiences. You will dress in strange costumes and do weird things. Your family won't understand, But it's just, you can't make it up.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack Black lives around here, and every time I see him, I just give him knuckles. I don't say anything. I just give him knuckles.
I mean, This is like one of the coolest things I've ever heard, right?
I'm hoping someday he's like, who's this knuckle guy? But it's only happened twice so far.
Just keep it up. And one day he'll be like, who's this knuckle guy? And you're like, oh, I'm this podcast host actor.
Yeah,
and he'll be like, I'll come to your pod. And he'll say, for shizzle ma nizzle, squizzle. That's his language.
Like Snoop Dogg.
Did you hear him? He was just on Amy Poehler's Good Hang.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, he's always, the way he makes words into new words is so cute. I don't know. Yeah.
It's very cute. Wait, so have you been, and we're almost done here, but have you been living off of acting, or have you been working side hustles?
I do side hustles.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, still get residuals from jobs I did 15 years ago.
Are they juicy?
Some of them are. The network ones, like CBS shows, like a Big Bang Theory or like stuff like that, those keep on paying. But it's been super hard to get work, especially since COVID. So I edit mainly for side gigs.
Wait, can you, what was your last Big Bang check?
I don't remember.
Are we talking like 500, or are we talking like?
No, more.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I probably make at least 1,500 off Big Bang a year.
Oh, okay, got it.
That's
great.
Yeah, and sometimes it'll come like in a few different installments, or it depends.
Yeah.
It depends, but like that one's, it's always going to be somewhere. It's always going to be playing. It's
Chuck
always
Lorre universe.
Yeah.
I emailed him recently to do the podcast.
Why not?
He read the email, and then he forwarded his like Warner Brothers contact, and he's like, Chuck's not available right now, but we'll be in touch. If
They got back to you.
No, it's wild.
I think that's amazing.
So wait, your side hustles are what? What do you work?
Editing mainly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, editing.
Oh, I got a short that you could edit.
You don't want me. You want my editor I'm working with right now.
You didn't sell yourself great at all.
No, I didn't. No. It's like one of those things where it's like, I can do it. It's not the best thing I do.
Yeah.
I can do it good enough to make some money. But yeah, but it is also better than waiting tables. So I'll edit all day if I don't have to go into a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you see? I just want to ask, I want to follow up on the quitting.
Follow up.
Are you ever going to quit?
This is what I know now. I can't.
Never. Well,
I mean, I guess I never say never.
Never say,
I'm way too superstitious to say never.
I agree. I have always had this dream that I'm going to do it until I'm 70, and I'm one of 4 70-year-old white guys that are still doing it.
Yeah.
And then I am on every sitcom on TV.
I mean, I think that's actually a really good strategy.
You know what I mean? Because it does, like, there's 20-year-old white male, there's probably 10,000, 30s, 8,000, 40. It's just like, it's
just
smaller
like
and smaller.
Yeah.
So if I'm the one white guy in my 70s, and that's finally when I get on TV.
That's when you hit. That's when you hit, baby. Yeah. I mean, I think, yes, what I have learned about myself and what I've accepted about myself and when I really like dug to the bottom of everything. Yes, there are those things of like, I want to act to be validated. That's there. But it's not the only reason I do it. The huge chunk of why I do it is because I effing love it.
Same, yeah.
Like, it just lights me up, and nothing else does the way that what it does for me.
Yeah.
Are there unhealthy emotional needs tied to it? Yes. Do I work on those in therapy weekly? Yes. Have I conquered them? No. Maybe I will someday, and then maybe I'll quit. I don't know.
I love that. To me, honestly, what you just said resonated, because it's like, yeah, I love making people laugh, but there's no other way I can do it on a big scale. Mm-hmm. Like, we can one-on-one. You just made me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, you probably got some out of that. Like, I can make my friends laugh. I get something out of that. But, like, there's something about a bigger scale getting...
Yeah. And that's okay. I've really had to come to grips with that too. Like, it's okay to want to be seen. It's okay to want a big audience. Like, there's a place for everyone. And some people are like, oh, I love acting and I'm satisfied with just doing community theater on the weekend. That's enough for them. And some people are like, oh, I love comedy and acting and I want to be the next, Dave Chappelle. And that's okay too. Like, whatever you want is right. You know, it's okay. And I feel like I've had a lot of guilt too, of being like, well, why do I deserve to be seen? Why do I deserve this job? Why do I? And it's just because you're human. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
You also got to remember too, most people don't want that. Like, we're surrounded by people that want that, but
So
a lot of people
natural.
want to sit in a dark room and edit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people want to be an accountant or like.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Not everybody wants to be seen. We're surrounded by them.
I think you're
but
right. I think if we're doing like a world population,
we're a small subset.
we're very small. I want to be seen. Most people are like, please don't look at me. And we're like, please look at me.
So if you did quit, what would you do?
That's such a good question. I mean, I would write. I know that's like I'm
not
doing
great.
that. I know.
Get outta here.
I know. But those are like the two things that I love. Or I would
To me,
help other actors. I'm like, I
you can't quit.
I'm
You
so
don't
I
lock
can't. I
to
just
me,
can't.
it's moved to like an island, like a secluded island,
yeah.
and be a bartender where there's tourists coming.
You
because
make
I
a
like
good bartender.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would, but I would be a good talker. I wouldn't get a lot of drinks made, but
Sure.
with
I
the
don't
new
know
people
if
coming
if
in
you're a
all the time,
mixologist. I don't know.
I can do draft beer.
Yeah.
But like just talking to new people every week and meeting new people.
That's like
and,
this is your strong suit.
I think that would be really fun. Should I move to Mykonos or something?
I think about moving all the time.
I know that's
Especially now that we don't. Well, I mean, you audition for commercials. I don't audition for commercials. I have.
which is wild to me.
I've never
I
booked.
feel like we talked about that last time.
I just can't. I don't book them, and I get so frustrated.
That's
and I'm
wild
like,
to me.
I'm
You
not
should be
gonna do
selling
it.
Tide Pods.
I could be in Tide Pods, couldn't I?
In Tide Pods.
I could be
That was a weird
inside one.
phrasing.
They could sell. Yeah, just slap my little face right in there. But
You're a soccer mom in a
Right.
van driving your kids to
Right.
soccer, and then they get their jerseys dirty, and then you have to throw those in
and
the
then I go like this.
washer. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, no, I don't know. I just don't ever book those, so it's fine. I don't care.
I don't book them either. You realize you're talking.
You get callbacks.
I like to say I'm not an actor. I'm an auditioner. Like I don't book. You know what I mean?
Honestly, though, I don't think anybody books. I don't.
Well, when you do the math, it's true. When you do the
Yeah.
math, and you're like, although I had a callback the other day that it was. I just spit. There's 3 people at the callback for my role. I didn't get it. I was like, these are
3
my
people?
best-
Was this a commercial callback?
Yeah, it was like a lot of vignettes,
That's
so they had a lot of groups,
amazing.
and only 3
Yeah.
white males ended up in the callback, and I didn't get it. But when you think about it, 100 people auditioned, so 99 people aren't going to get it.
Yeah.
And 1,000 submitted, or what? Anyways,
I know. No, yes.
more
Yes.
people don't get it than
Yeah.
do.
But I mean, I have friends who are, considered like what you might say a working actor, like just happens to book a lot. And even they don't book that much.
Yeah.
I have a friend who is very successful and books once every couple years. It might be like a bigger scale job, but it's not like a constant flow. I've actually only known one actor in all my years out here who really books all the time.
Who's that?
Her name's Sumali Montagna.
Okay.
She's a voiceover actor and a regular actor. And she's a fabulous. And that girl, it's just like boom, boom, boom,
Good
boom.
for her.
It's the only person I've ever seen
That's great.
do it like that.
That's great.
So even huge actors, they have their,
For sure.
yeah.
The last question I like to ask now is who took a chance on you?
Oh,
Let's modulate a little bit. You're
modulation.
spiking the
Okay. I've had a couple good lucks, but I'm gonna say Matt Besser.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like super lucky how I got in to perform at UCB. In a like kind of like a way that shouldn't have happened, and it did happen. And he saw me. It's like that thing I said about when people, you just want someone to see you.
You never know who's watching, too.
Yeah, and he saw me. Like, I remember, like, that audition, like, after I was leaving, and he was like, wait, and he was looking at my resume, and he was like, who are you? Like, he saw me. He could see my value, and just not everyone does. For anybody. I remember this one, I don't remember if it was an Oscar acceptance speech, but some acceptance speech, and it was a writer. And he was like, thank you to my agents who believed in me once everybody else started to. And I think that that's so true out here.
Really
like,
is.
people don't really want to get on board until you're vetted.
Yeah.
And when you find someone, and they're rare, who sees you without having been vetted, it's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for seeing me. Because you know what you offer.
Yeah.
But not everybody's going to see it right away or get it. And it's a big deal when that happens.
So with Besser, remind me, did he saw you first for a UCB audition and then put you in Freak? Okay.
No, it was a Freak Dance audition.
Oh, it was a Freak Dance audition.
Yeah, because Lindsay Leffler, also the producer of Actors Anonymous, we did improv in college together.
Ah.
So
She worked at UCB.
she worked at UCB. She was going to be directing the show for Besser.
Got it.
So
Oh yeah, it was a show at UCB
it was
before
a show.
it was a movie.
It
Okay,
was.
I'm caught up.
Yeah,
I'm
they
caught
kind
up.
of like, I
I'm
don't
caught
know
up.
if his intention was always to make it into a movie, but it started as a play. And actually,
caught up.
Casey Wilson had my role and got cast in SNL.
Okay.
So they had to replace her. So Lindsay thought of me.
Got it.
And to go in and audition.
Do you still talk to Besser?
No, I haven't talked to him in a long time. But he's kind of elusive.
He's very elusive.
Yeah.
He did the podcast a long time ago.
Yeah,
and
did
I
he?
emailed him to come back after he sold UCB, and I wanted to.
Oh, you should
I
get
wanted
into
to talk
that.
to one of them,
That's
but
interesting.
he didn't reply.
Oh, email him again.
Isn't it funny how like people have such an impact on our lives, and then we don't talk to them after a while?
It is very weird, and it's very common in this industry. You know,
Well,
because you'll have.
also life.
You think?
Well, I mean, I pay for like a cloud photos, and I had all these things on my hard drive, and I'm like, fuck it, I should upload them. And I
Yeah.
uploaded them, and I recently saw a bunch of them. I was like, I had a girlfriend in college for years, and I haven't thought about her in forever.
That
And
is
it's
weird.
like, it is weird, like a lifetime ago, that you were very close to this person, and then you're not close
And then
to
you're
them.
just not. Yeah, that is weird. I think it's weird from the acting perspective when you do a job, any kind of job, whether it's a play, commercial, whatever, no matter how many days you work, you develop these tight bonds so quickly. And then all of a sudden the job is over and you don't know, you might never talk to that person again. And you were like telling them your deepest, darkest.
Yes.
You know?
That's very true.
Yeah.
I just had Adam Shapiro on, and he did a movie with Kate Winslet, and they were besties on set, and he thought they were going to be besties in life, and then they never talked again.
Isn't that weird?
weird.
What a missed
Now that you mention
opportunity.
I feel that way about this podcast, though. I haven't talked to you in 9 years, and you know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like, I hit it off with
Look at our
90%
rapport.
of our people I have
Yeah.
on, and it's like, I never talked to them after, which is sad.
Yeah, that is sad. I think it's going to be on you. I think you have to reach out more.
Well, yeah, but that's interesting.
You know?
But what am I going to say? Like, let's get a beer?
Yeah, why not? Networking.
You hear that, people? Come have a beer with me.
Networking.
I feel like most people in LA are flaky, though. They don't really want to leave their little space.
Yeah, I think that can be true. I think it depends on the people. But yeah, I think that can be true.
Well, how do you feel? Do you feel satisfied?
Yeah. This was super fun.
Always.
Yeah.
It's always a blast to see you. I'll see you in 9 years.
Yes!
When we're both in different categories and we're still in the same spot.
I know. We'll see where we are in 9 years.
I'll suddenly have more hair somehow.
I know. That's how we know you're making the real money. You get that transplant money.
Oh, no. Okay, Megan, you got a tail slate. This was a pleasure. Thank you for doing it.
Hello, I'm Megan Heyn. Is that a good tail
Was that a
slate?
flex? Oh, it was like a small. I got it.
I should have flexed.
MTV and the channel